Spindle Sander 101. What we've got here is a oscillating spindle sander. The drum goes up and down and it spins. We're going to go over how to use this tool. We're going to go over how the display here houses the different sizes and these cool massive erasers to pull old sawdust out of the abrasive. And then we're going to change out one of these drums. So let's start with that. First you want to do is pop this this cover off. Over on the side here is the electricity plug, so unplug that. You don't want anybody getting hurt. And then from this angle here, you can zoom in. I don't know if you can see those. There's 3 hex nuts down there, and you can only see 2 from your angle. So if you want to bring it down, maybe from here, you can see. What we're going to do is we're going to put one wrench on the bottom 2, and then the other wrench on the top. And what's happening there is this is a tapered, I don't know what it's called, a tapered.
Morse taper.
I don't know if it is though, but it is. I mean, it's a type of taper.
All right.
I don't know what the type is. Maybe it's Morse taper. So we've got 2 wrenches over on that display. One's a 30, one's 1.25 inches, and we fit them in. I forgot which way to go here, but they're pretty tight. There we go.
Counterclockwise, standard thread.
Once you break it loose, then just hand thread it out. When you're done with this, it needs to go back over here, not down below. We stick these all in their nice organized spot here. And find a new spot. That one must go onto here. But we'll throw on one of these bigger ones because I think they're going to use that in the woods class here in a little bit. But how these things work here too is this is fixed onto this shaft. There's a roll pin that holds it in there. Am I holding that right?
Mm-hmm.
And this nut gets tightened up and it actually compresses this rubber sleeve on the inside, and it doesn't need to be very tight because the way that this thing spins is these nuts keep tightening up, and so this thing is ready to go. I mean, this abrasive is shot, but that's all there is to that. Let's throw this one in. Wipe it off with your finger a little bit in case it has some debris on there. Tighten that up. There we go. And I'll get around there. Tighten that up. There we go. And you can see how this thing goes up and down like that. And some of the bigger abrasives are not going to have a I believe for this big one we don't have one of these plates, but for this one we can fit one in, and we always want to put those in if we can. And we're ready to plug this back in and turn it on. This plug-in goes in, and then you give it a little turn. And here we go. So here we have our stop button, or start and stop, and then our emergency stop, and you just push that one in, and you have to turn it to get it to pop out. It's a nice quiet tool. It does have a dust collector that comes in and sucks sawdust in from down below, so it doesn't make a lot of dust. But this is kind of another neat deal. This is a giant eraser, and you can watch as it will pull the wood sawdust off of here. We're just gonna have this tool for when you need to change out any of this stuff for the advanced classes. And so if you are gonna be doing that, you're gonna need to just touch base with your instructor on there to make sure that you have everything done correctly, and before you turn it back on, have your instructor check it off to make sure that it's safe to operate again. And I think that's pretty good for this one. Am I missing anything?
No, did you want to show operation? I mean, there really isn't, other than feeding something into the drum like the wrong direction, maybe.
Yeah, and how we would want to match curves, maybe. That'd be a good idea. Are we still recording, or?
Mm-hmm. We'll leave it. This is bonus material here.
Bonus. Okay, let's look here at the different diameters. We've got this large, probably 4.5 inch. We got a 3 inch, and then we've got this 3/4 inch or 5/8 or something. If we were sanding something with a large radius, we would not want to use something small like this. It would be in our best interest to change this out and put in a larger one. In fact, if we had a 10 inch, if we're looking at the curve here on this one, it's going to be massive, and so we want to have a bigger one in there if we can. We'll turn the machine on here in a little bit. This is cedar, it's really soft, so it's going to sand really quick. I want to keep my material moving so that I don't develop any small curved spots on here. There's a couple little blue spots right there that we'll work on. One of the things that I would mention that you have to be careful of is if you're sanding an inside circle. If I have a circle, well, maybe I've used a hole saw and I've drilled a hole in something, and I slide that over there. Remember that this is an abrasive, and if this is too close to that diameter, it's going to grab, and then you're going to have something that's going to spin around like on the drill press. That'd be the only thing that I can think of that would be a danger. It's a really safe tool. If you're sanding and you get close, you're going to remove material off of your hand. It's an abrasive. It's like you're dragging it on the ground. So, yeah, good tool. Awesome tool.
See.